Stop by situationalessentials.com and get you a pair of Giorgio Lamar socks for only $5. Only $5 at situationalessentials.com. This is what I want to know, y'all. Are there really rules to reading a bitch? Like, how far is too far? You know, they say when they go low, you go high. But some people go low, low. Some people don't know what's considered too low. You know, like talking about a person's dead parents or parents in general or kids, for instance. Or just speaking of abuse, like the Erica Mena and Wendy Williams situation. How far is too far when it comes to reading a motherfucker? Are there really rules to reading a motherfucker? Like, these are some questions that needs to be answered. A lot of people think that there's no rules, but I think there should be some rules. That's just me, personally. Some people need to know that some reactions from the stuff that they say could be damaging, not only to your character, but to your face, bitch. A bitch will punch you in your mouth for some of the shit some of the people say, you know. And I always been that one in the past that always just react and say, fuck thinking about what they said. Fuck, you know, worrying about the consequences. I'd be ready to go the fuck off back then. You know, I had to learn to reserve my energy, like I said in the last Cigarette Diaries. But some people go a little too far, and in the reaction that they get, sometimes, I'm not saying it's right, because it's not right to, once the smoke clears, you realize it's not right, you know, when you react a certain type of way. But words do hurt. So in the whole Wendy Williams and Erica situation, I'm not saying who's wrong or who's right. All I know is people know who to try and who not to try. I think I said that recently on one of my Facebook posts. People know who to try and who not to try. And if you don't know how a person would react, they would test you. They would test you. They would see if you would apply that pressure that they was looking for. And they respect you if you demand respect after they pushed your buttons and you reacted however you reacted. You know, and some of them would go as far as, you know, just hating the fact that you reacted that way because they wasn't expecting it. You know, they're so clueless to what they're doing. They're not aware to what they say. And they're so used to saying what they're saying that they're not used to being punched in the fucking shit, you know. So I'm just saying, I'm not a violent person. I just want to say that I'm not a violent person anymore. I used to be. I fought so many times in my life just for somebody saying some shit. And my middle school year was the worst. I realized this when I had therapy. It is always good to get therapy, y'all. I just want to say that, especially in the black community. It is so good to get therapy. There's nothing wrong with it. You can get it all out the way and realize what your problem is. Trust me, I've been through it. I realized that my problem was my middle school year. Motherfuckers always had something to say about my weight. Motherfuckers always had to see these hands. I didn't give a fuck about the consequences. I didn't give a fuck about nothing. And I realized when I went to therapy that that was my problem. My problem was I was letting words hurt me, so I reacted to those bitches. I shouldn't have reacted to those motherfuckers. I realized that as an adult, I'm not violent as I was back then, but I've been in over 26, 27, let me just say over 25 fights in my middle school year, and that says a lot about how I felt about myself because I hated everything they were saying about me. I just let that pressure go. They was testing my pressure, you know, and so I was that person that would react. You testing my pressure, I'm going to demand my respect, period. I always was that person. I didn't have to do it as an adult. Like I said, I'm not violent anymore. I didn't have to do it as an adult, but I just realized in my therapy session where all the anger came from. It was like I was in my low self-esteem days, and I didn't know why this was happening to me. I had no type of understanding of self-awareness. I was so confused in that time. So as an adult, you know, I came out to be sheltered. Everybody who knew me as the quiet one in the family. Y'all wouldn't believe it, but I was the quiet one in the family. Never used to want to go anywhere, always behind four walls. And I growed out of that. And so I'm glad I'm not that person anymore. But people just like to test you. And men like to test us big women too. Let me just talk about that. Let me switch gears real quick. Men like to test us big women. They like to see if you have common sense. They don't like the ones that have common sense and vocal. Oh, they don't like that. They like the real dumb and low self-esteem, just not loving themselves at all type of bitches. They love them. They love them. I don't know why I'm clapping, because them hoes don't even deserve a clap. Why am I clapping for you bitches? Y'all need to step out of that stage. My bad, I had to go and come back real quick. Y'all need to step up out of that stage. And it's a lot of small women too. You know, men like to test y'all common sense too, to see if y'all will let them run over y'all. And some of y'all do. Religious women, educated women, because some educated women, they be looking at when they men run down to the hood to fuck with the bitch that ain't got an education. They be so mad. Them hood bitches got all the good sexual traits and shit. They educated ass be so mad that they man done cheated on them with a hood bitch. I'm just saying, all women, every size, every background. Some of y'all are still in y'all low self-esteem days. And y'all need to put them days aside. And in the present, y'all need to gain some self-respect. Get rid of that nigga that's testing you. Grow your edges back. Let your butt continue to get big. And if it ain't big enough for you, you know, y'all motherfuckers going to do them body transfers and getting these PPP loans and doing whatever the fuck y'all want to do. Just do you, boo. You'll be looking fine as fuck in jail if you get caught for doing all that shit. But get the fuck up out of that low self-esteem stage, because a motherfucker don't love you the way you think you're in love, because y'all be in love. They don't love you. They don't. They just there for that PPP loan, and they just there for that stimulus check. They just there for whatever you coming home with, whatever income you bringing in. That's just what they there for, because they done tested your common sense. And they know that you ain't gonna apply no pressure to them. So they just walking the fuck all over you. Y'all gotta stop letting these people, you gotta demand respect in certain ways, and it'll get you so far, especially when you love yourself. Because when you love yourself, you teach people how to treat you and how to handle you. You teach people how to treat you and how to handle you. And I'm big on loyalty, so there's no one in my circle that handles me any type of way that I won't handle them. And they know that I'm handling them in a good way because I love them. I love them, and I show them. Everybody that I know knows that they can't mishandle me. And if they don't know, they'll know. They'll know, because I'm the type that demands my respect, period. You can't walk all over me. You can't. If I was Wendy Williams, I'd just basically have a conversation with her. I wouldn't fight her. That would have been the old me. But, you know, like I said, I'm not even judging who's right or wrong on that shit. I just know people know who they can try. And when I say people know who they can try, they know who they can say certain things to. You know, Mena know Wendy Williams ain't gonna apply no pressure. She'll probably apply some pressure as a clap back or whatever, but she ain't the type that demands respect like that. You know, she not. And I just know that she get it a lot, so she used to it. And what Mena say ain't gonna fuck with her. Ain't even gonna pierce her soul, not one bit. But Mena, her soul probably been pierced a little bit, to be honest. You know, y'all know, these celebrities, these motherfuckers crazy, but they human too. They just human. Anyways, I'm finna get up out of here. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. It's your girl, Giggs. Bye.
I'll go up to the stars high.